USC under terms that he's not too excited about, losing 2 in a row and trying to fight back through the diverticulitis and all that stuff. I think that he's got unfinished business, and I think that he has a chance to make a lot of money fighting 2 or 3 times a year, and he's still going to be a huge attraction. USC is not long on stars. They need bodies. So I kind of think he's going back to USC. And, Bellator is going to make him an amazingly nasty offer because they're owned by Viacom. They got lots and lots of money. And they signed Brock Lesnar. That would put a big stamp of approval on their brand of MMA. So,
isn't it great that stars can actually make a difference in people's business these days, even if it's not the wrestling business?
Yeah.
They can.
It's just amazing, too, how closely you follow that trail of MMA and how parallel it is to pro wrestling in a lot of ways.
Golly, some people have been saying that for years, but they wouldn't listen to either you or me. Those people, would they?
No, they would not. They would not. Hey, so now
remember when I had we had Severn and Shamrock in the same company at the same time, and instead of fighting each other on pay-per-view, the other guy was booking like people to be, diva pillow fights and people to be painted different colors.
Yeah, it was that was lost. That was just money left on the ground. That could have been so natural, and so easy to pull off. It would have been a lot like that Sakuraba Suzuki match. They could just change a little this, change a little bit of that. Don't use the ropes. Make it more MMA based, and you could have had a hell of an attraction, a different match other than anything else on the card. Now, with your theory of what you outlined, what would be your pick for the main event at WrestleMania? Who's going to be in the WWE title match at WrestleMania if you had your way?
Well, but see, then the thing is now what they've done is, okay, they had Rollins and Bryan, and now it's going to be Bryan and Reigns, and the people are going to boo Roman Reigns out of the building. And if that is what the reaction they are wanting to engender, then that's wonderful. But once again, it's a traveling fan. It's the pay-per-view fan that spends a lot of money. The one's more likely to chant yes, 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 and want Daniel Bryan to succeed. And at the same time, Lance Storm made an excellent point in a column that he wrote recently. The WWE's now spent 20 years conditioning the fans that the authority figures, the owners, the McMahon family, the office, are a bunch of heels, rich billionaire heels that oppress the wrestlers. So now they're surprised that the fans are starting to get mad at the company instead of the heels. So I don't know what I'd do now because I wouldn't want to be in the spot that they're in. And then if they switch it and Daniel Bryan beats Roman Reigns and goes on to get the WrestleMania match, then whether he wins or loses, you've hurt Roman Reigns at a time you didn't need to, and vice versa. If Roman Reigns beats Daniel Bryan and goes on and meets his date with Destiny, the fans aren't going to like it. You're not going to get the desired response unless you want to switch Reigns heel. And then if Brock leaves, he's your babyface. He just left, and you've got Roman Reigns, who's your face, but he's a heel now, and you've got to take at least a year to switch him back. Or, oh boy, they're in a corner here.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. Well,
so my answer to your question is I wouldn't have been in that spot. I would have started with the Rumble and branched them on different branches of the tree.
Yeah, I would have had the minute I knew when Daniel Bryan was going to be released, I would start booking WrestleMania. And the thing about it is that I think the business as a whole. I heard this when I went to Tokyo that the top guys in the match. The 3 top matches at the Tokyo Dome had not lost since August. And this was January. They'd been involved in some tags, but as far as the big singles matches, the big focal points of the shows, the G1s and all this other stuff, nobody figured in those matches had lost. The booker had done a hell of a job getting everybody ready for their roles in those top 3 matches.
Oh, okay, answer this question. Do you ever remember –